You know we're all about cameras and lenses, but today we're switching gears to check out a dashcam. We have our fair share of experience with a bunch of different dashcams, from budget to higher-end models we use on a daily basis. So today we've got the Torvo TD3. Now, at $99, a dashcam with a bunch of higher-end features sounded almost too good to be true. But hey, that's exactly why we're here. We want to know if the sensor and lens deliver sharp, reliable footage, how the dynamic range holds up, and whether this thing can keep up with our high standards for capture quality, right? So, to answer all that, I've been daily driving the TD3 for a bit, and here's the full scoop. The TD3 arrives in this compact, simple box. Inside, you've got the main unit, a rear camera with a generous cable, a cigarette lighter power cable, an electrostatic sticker, a user manual, and a 64GB memory card, which is pretty sweet for under $100. I needed the parking mode feature, so I ordered this optional hardwire kit as well, which came with this pry tool and a long cable for clean installs. The main unit feels well built, with a balanced weight that doesn't seem like cheap plastic. The 3.2-inch IPS LCD on the back is bright and crisp, showing a live feed from the front camera, with options to switch to the rear or a split-screen view. The buttons below the screen are clicky and responsive, which is a nice touch for navigating menus. The adhesive mount is rock solid, keeping the camera steady even on rough roads. Setting up the TD3 is as easy as mounting a new lens. I slapped it behind the rearview mirror with the adhesive bracket and tucked the cable into the headliner in about 5 minutes. The rear camera was just as straightforward. Thread the cable through the trim panels, connect it to the front unit, and you're done in another 5. If you want parking mode, you'll need to hardwire it, which is par for the course with dash cams. The process is standard, so if you've installed one before, you'll feel right at home. The interface is where things get fun. The 3.2-inch screen lets you toggle between 2K and 4K, set loop recording at 1, 2, or 3 minutes, and fine-tune settings like G-sensor sensitivity, audio recording, and GPS stamps. You can even add your license plate to the video stamp, which is a cool detail for documentation. The menu supports a ton of languages: English, Chinese, Russian, Thai, Vietnamese, etc. Plus options for screensaver timing, volume, and boot-up sounds. It's intuitive enough that you'll be tweaking settings like you're adjusting exposure compensation on your camera rig. The Vidya app is a highlight for anyone who loves seamless tech integration. It connects via 5G Wi-Fi with zero lag, giving you a real-time feed from both cameras. You can pause recordings, snap photos, or browse files with a clean layout of thumbnails and timestamps. Clips are saved in 30-second chunks, making it easy to find what you need without endless scrubbing. Downloads are fast, and you can tweak resolution, loop recording, time-lapse, G-sensor sensitivity, and more right from your phone. No cloud storage here, but keeping things local feels secure and straightforward. Perfect for those of us who prefer full control over our data. It's like having a streamlined editing workflow for your dashcam footage. Alright, if we look into the video quality, the front camera shoots at 4K at 30 frames per second with wide dynamic range to balance light and shadows. The sensor isn't the highest end model like you'd find in pricier models. But at this price, that's not a deal breaker as well. Expecting a Sony sensor for $99 would be like wanting a full-frame mirrorless for crop sensor money. The lens offers a 170-degree field of view, capturing nearly the entire street without the fisheye distortion you get from some wide-angle cams. Daytime footage is sharp, with natural colors and readable license plates even half a block away. The WDR, does a solid job balancing bright skies and shaded areas, giving you footage that's clean enough to zoom in for details. No ADAS features here, like lane departure warnings. But let's be real, those are often more annoying than useful on dash cams. At night, Torvo's Starlight Night Vision does quite well under streetlights. License plates stay legible without overexposure, as you can see. Though in pitch black conditions, you'll see some noise, which is nothing unexpected for a budget sensor. Compared to other sub-$100 dash cams, the TD3's night performance is above average, especially with WDR smoothing out oncoming headlights. There's no 60 FPS option or separate HDR toggle, but the always-on WDR gets the job done for most scenarios. The rear camera, recording at 1080p with a 140-degree field of view, punches above compared to other dash cams we've used before. It's sharper than many budget rear cams with readable license plates even in low light. The lens doesn't distort edges, and the clarity holds up well for a secondary unit. If you're used to judging bokeh or corner sharpness, you'll appreciate that the rear cam doesn't feel like an afterthought. Parking mode, or what Torvo calls 24-hour monitoring, is a big draw for dashcam users. It uses motion detection and the G sensor to record short clips when triggered, locking them to prevent overwriting. Both front and rear cameras can detect motion, which is a nice touch. The system is stealthy, no flashy lights to give it away. And with the G sensor sensitivity dialed to medium or low, it avoids false triggers from minor bumps. The default setting was a bit too sensitive, picking up potholes during regular driving, but tweaking it in the app fixed that quickly. Power draw is efficient at 3 to 4 watts. One standout feature we'd say is the TD3 uses a super capacitor instead of a lithium battery. For those of us who've seen dash cams fry in hot weather, this is a big win for durability, especially in sunny climates. After daily driving the TD3, we'd say the Dashcam is quite reliable. The 4K front footage is a standout, offering enough detail to read signs or plates when zoomed in. The lens and sensor combo delivers natural colors and solid dynamic range, especially in daylight. Night performance is respectable for a budget cam, and the rear camera's 1080p clarity is better than expected. The app integration is a game changer, making it easy to pull footage or tweak settings without fuss. The GPS embeds accurate speed and location data, which could be a lifesaver in disputes. The mount stability and supercapacitor design give it an edge over flimsier budget models. Are there downsides? Sure, but they're not deal breakers. The lack of a Sony sensor means night footage has some noise in total darkness, but it's still usable and better than many competitors. No 60 FPS option might bug action shooters, but 30 FPS is plenty for most driving scenarios. The hardwire kit for parking mode is an extra cost, but that's standard at this price point. For $99 with a 64GB card, the TD3 nails the basics and throws in some nice-to-haves like app control and GPS. If you need a dashcam that delivers sharp footage and reliable performance without spending a huge chunk of your savings, the Torvo TD3 is a solid pick. It's not going to outshine a $300 dash cam, but it doesn't need to. It's a budget champ that gets the job done. Want to check it out? The Amazon link's in the description. Stay tuned for some comparison videos with other 4K budget dashcams, and let me know in the comments if you've tried the TD3 or have questions. Catch you in the next one.